Boom. Welcome to The Warrior's Way. My name is Arno Ilgner. The lesson today is mental agility, resiliency, and confidence lead to mental freedom. We can have an image of a free mind that's free from limiting habitual behaviors. Seems like that would be useful for taking into the challenges that we have in life. Okay, so ultimately, to create a mind like that, we need to have a mind that will fight with the challenges that we experience in life instead of against them. So what can create a mind like that is one that is agile, resilient, and confident. So we're going to dig into that. When you think about freedom, you can think, well, if nobody is impacting on what I do throughout my day, then I have plenty of freedom. But if we're talking about mental freedom, then it's your ability to focus your attention on what needs attention that determines the amount of mental freedom that you have. So the whole idea of fighting can be useful for understanding this. When we're thrust into a challenge, out of our comfort zone, we're facing a choice, okay? A choice to fight against reality or to fight with it. So let's say we're fighting against it. What does that look like? Well, we have certain ideas of how life should be unfolding, like how our day should be. And then we're fighting to maintain that image of how things should be instead of being receptive and attentive to how life actually is, what's actually going on in that challenge. And so we tend to take on a mind that's rigid. We're rigid because we're fixed to our ideas. That makes us less receptive to new ideas for how to modify those beliefs. Okay. Then because of that rigidity, that uncertainty between how we think life should be and how it is, we're kind of tentative in engaging it. Okay. And then when we have, a stressful event happen, a big challenge, we can get deflated because of that, get discouraged, disappointed, and then we work to get back our confidence in the ideas that we had before this all started in the beginning. So we're kind of working back to our old status quo of how we saw the world, and then we start the cycle all over again. That's fighting against life and against reality. Fighting with reality utilizes this free mind so that we can have true mental freedom. Okay? And we're creating a mind that allows our attention to flow freely as the situation is changing. Situations are going to be changing, right? Life is all about change. So we're flowing with situations by applying our attention to the challenge, like what the challenge actually requires. So it's going to require agility, resiliency, and a certain kind of confidence to sustain us. So agility, okay? Challenges unfold over time. They're just not like, there's a challenge and then it's finished. No, it unfolds over a period of time, just like in climbing. And it's changing all through that time. So we need to be adaptable in how it is unfolding. That's what's going to put us in a learning mindset. So as it's changing, we can shift, to incorporate these new ideas or new information to learn. Got some mosquitoes flying around here, and that's my challenge right now, right? Now, as we develop this agile mind, we need resiliency, to sustain us, to bounce back from situations. So resiliency is kind of interesting. It's like when we're impacted by a challenge, we kind of get deflated, like our ideas or how we understand the world is kind of compressed, we're impacted, we're deflated. But that's helpful. Like, we deform the way we understand situations right now so that we can be agile and incorporate new ways of thinking, new ways of being, to not bounce back to our previous way of understanding life and challenge, but moving beyond it. This is what mental resiliency is really about. It's like we get deflated, we deform ideas, misconceptions, so that we can actually incorporate new information and grow and expand beyond those previous ways of understanding. Now, when we apply mental agility and get deformed and bounce back with mental resiliency, it builds mental confidence. It builds a mind that is confident in internal processes, developing this internal locus of control that can sustain us, not dependent on the changing external situation, but based on an internal understanding of how we need to focus our attention. Okay, got another mosquito right there. Made a choice, right? So we're creating true mental freedom through focusing on mental agility, resiliency that builds confidence. There's another one. So this choice, this is the choice that we have. Are we going to fight against reality or fight with it? And a great way that you can practice this is to set reminders, because you're going to react in ways that you are used to, in the past. So if you put a reminder, to be alert to your choice, put it on your computer, you can put it in your car, you can put it on your phone, set reminders. And then when a challenge happens, be alert to that I have a choice here. I have a choice. Am I going to fight against it or am I going to fight with it? And then from that choice, you can be more effective in applying your attention so that leads to true mental freedom. So, in other words, when a challenge shows up, which it will, you show up with how you're going to focus your attention. That's the lesson for today. You can go to our link in the bio to get links to the lesson. You can go to warriorsway.com and read the full text for this lesson. And also check out our Free Mind courses. We have some new Free Mind groups coming up next month. And you can also do the training individually. It's a hybrid version right now. We have online resources like videos and audios and text that you can investigate, in between the in-person via Zoom lessons, where you can work in a small group to really understand these important principles. All right, enjoy your lesson this week.